me for this. This looks like a good one.
God, I hate this.
5 samples. I should get these back to Andre.
Oh, shit.
Building shifts occur at random and without warning, but with the Bureau's cutting-edge technology, we can stabilize the oldest house. Safe employees are happy employees. Certain rituals allow agents to navigate
This is so weird.
the
I
oldest
hate it.
house as well. But accidents do happen. Trapping agents inside the walls.
All right.
You got stuck in your room for 3 days, Topher. Too bad you didn't have your book with you. Or any food. And remember, kids, when you feel the floor deviate, it's already much too late.
Yeah. Show that to your kids. It'll work over fucking wonderfully.
You look like a woman with mold for me.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them.
The mold has that effect on some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold or even of this dimension. I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't see any rangers. Just walking mold people. Unless...
Yes. If you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse. It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores.
feel like I should ask to see her credentials.
There. That didn't take too long now, did it? Ingest this pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
Take a mystery pill because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Ugh. Honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
We talked about this, right?
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
No, we didn't talk about this stuff.
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university.
Yeah, there's nothing temporary about working from here.
After a decade
Or
of
for here.
admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot. The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible. Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.25. Underhill sent us down this weird-ass threshold looking for whatever's making all these vegetables sprout. I will say this. It smells delicious.
Oh, God. The further I go, the worse it smells.
Ramsey, Ranger Captain, note 7.28. Wait, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Still in the fresh mold? Ollie's straight up eating the vegetables nowadays. God. Mom said, eat your vegetables. Eat too many and your skin will turn green. Green like Ollie's. Hey, Ollie, what'd you find now?
That sucks.
Is that the source? It's kind of pretty. Nope. No.
Holy shit. Oh. What?
Is that the source? It's kind of pretty. Nope. No.
Idiot.
stop being surprised by all the weird shit in this place.
Yes, you really do.
Oh, so good. Oh, need more.
You've returned, I see. And you're not sprouting mold from your eyes. I take it that means my pill worked. Now tell me everything. Did you find the source? You did, didn't you?
I found a big angry plant. Like, gigantic. I killed it.
You killed it! You found the source and you killed it! I could have learned so much from a live specimen.
No, you couldn't have.
Her concern is touching. Really, it's too much. Here, I brought you a sample.
A piece of the innermost mold. You're not such a lost cause after all. Strange. So different, even superficially. Another stage of growth, perhaps.
Please, no more stages.
You'll be pleased to know that cutting down the creature at the source has already resulted in a notable cessation of the mold's rapid growth. You've bought me time for further study.
So what now?
I'm glad you asked. While you were busy in the pit, a number of mold hosts were sighted beyond the threshold. They managed to sneak out without the rangers noticing. There's a reason I didn't send Steve and Andy to find the mold source with the others. These vagrant hosts must be eradicated as soon as possible. The mold can still be spread by their overgrown bodies.
Any idea where they went?
The hosts I've observed are not a sprightly bunch. Here are the reports I've received. They'll help you find them.
I'll go take care of them.
Good. And do be quick about it.
There's a nice way to say that. Thanks for the information.
My pleasure. In all this, I find myself enjoying the work even more. Does that make me strange, I wonder?
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29
He started
years
mentioning
of
her and she was like, oh. Like, she's not prissy, but
Thanks for staying with us. Here's our
jealous
first
type,
caller.
maybe?
Hi. What I'm about to tell you, if they found out, I don't know what would happen.
If who found out, brother?
The men in the suits. They told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary, caller.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said, but that's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
I'm sorry. It's just, my brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Hor Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now, I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hang in there. America Overnight will be...
So what's hilarious is America Overnight is run by the Bureau. So that's why he did what he did there. Because every other caller they've talked to, they've let talk except him. From what I've seen so far. I think I've only seen 2 of these though, so I can't really tell too much. So we're looking for mold hosts in
Talk
Central.
to the plants. Small talk was never really my strong suit. At least they can't talk back. your day has been productive, little plant. That really works, huh? I hope those nasty hiss haven't been bothering you too much.
That's great.
I wish my leaves were as pretty as yours. Do you have a family? I have a brother. I miss him a lot. Your chlorophyll really brings out the green in your leaves. That's all of them.
I kind of wish there were more. That's great.
But I kind of wish there were more. They're good listeners. One of those mold hosts.
He's up there. Seven. I need to get 7. Less than 2 feet away. Astral Blip and Golden Suit outfits plus ability points. Alright, nice. So all the lights need to be turned on, the clover needs to be there, the fish needs to be closer than 2 feet away from that thing. The cat needs to be turned on, the horseshoe needs to be activated, and all those things need to be activated at the same time in order to get that to go. And get you those outfits and all that other juicy stuff. Oh, you fucking bitch.
Disappearing ducks. Great.
This little bastard's laughing at me. I'm getting closer and closer every time.
Finally, no more quacking. last one. I should let Underhill know.
Back again, Director.
I found the hosts. They won't be spreading any more mold.
Well done. I'll send burn teams to sanitize the locations. I'm beginning to wonder if these hosts are originating outside the threshold in independent patches of mold growth.
You don't sound very optimistic.
Optimism is for farmers, as my mother always said.
What?
I suppose you could now return to that hiss business you all seem so concerned about.
This woman has some incredible tunnel vision. Thanks
Nice.
for the information.
My pleasure.
Where do I go for my outfits? Oh, this is where we get outfits from. Oh, hell yeah, we're doing the golden suit. Hell yeah. See, I both like and dislike whenever a game has loading screen hints and tips. I like it because sometimes you learn something you never would have thought of. I dislike it because you should have like a journal, like an in-game user manual that tells you all of these, right? And as soon as you open it up, it should say like it might have spoilers or something like that.
No normal piece of paper. To know where it's we need to follow the pages.
Oh, that's how we get jukebox tokens and stuff like that. There it is.
Okay, you need to know where it's at. There should be one more page. You need to know where it's gonna end up.
You gotta like double up on it.
Done and done.
I love how many things there are in this game to do that are just not labeled. Like the reason we got this golden suit is because of the luck and probability stuff. We had to figure that out all on our own, and if we hadn't done it, we wouldn't have gotten the suit and a couple of ability points and stuff like that. Which is kind of phenomenal how much shit I bet people have missed out on because of the linear mindset everybody has. People could probably beat this mission relatively easily. Like this game, not this mission. This game relatively easily. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog, what do you think of this? You know that airplane we brought in? Like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status. I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal, and that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do! I do! This conversation has been great so far. Everyone's trying to one-up each other and what they've had to deal with so far.
That's an altered item up there. Looks like I need to hit that shield harder. Wasn't so bad.
Yeah, some of these are a lot easier than others.
Mark Gibson, male, age 28, returned from the astral plane approximately 13 minutes ago. This was his 21st dive. Patient is experiencing migraine-like pain, intense pressure behind the eyes, and partial blindness. He has no recollection of his time in the astral plane and appears severely disoriented. Preliminary examination revealed no immediate cause, so we will be sending patient for x-rays and... What the fuck is that thing? God, it burst right out of him. Call Black! Get Marshall!
I'm a little nervous. Oh. But that sounds like an Aliens reference.
The mold's gotten in here too? All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun. Easy peasy.
Oh, that right there, the little, pustule, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, there it is.
That should slow it down.
Oh, I know what this game's gonna be.
Must be one of the missing ones.
Red light, green light.
Less escaped altered item to worry about.
That's cute. You know?
I told Salvador it was dangerous. No. Why listen to Langston? I'm just a panopticon supervisor.
I found all those missing altered items.
All of them? Wow, you have a gift, ma'am. But those weren't all of the altered items missing from the panopticon. The hiss must be making them restless. We've had several more containment breaches.
How many of these things did he lose? How many?
Just a couple. Should be no problem for you. I really appreciate your help. Really. Just super.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Now, where may this mannequin be? Oh, hello.
God, the only thing creepier than one mannequin is a few dozen of the damn things.
I fucking hate this.
New bureau policy. No more mannequins.
Flamingo, where are you? Flamingo. Flamingo. Looks like the flamingo's over here.
That's got to be an altered item.
Oh, we are gonna fight again.
This thing again. I never did like flamingos. Too pink.
Numerous cell breaches and never know. These histings are a bad influence in my collection.
Every altered item on your list is now back in the Panopticon, safe and sound.
That's a load off my mind. Missing altered items don't exactly reflect well on me, you know. Did they give you any trouble?
The flamingo pulled me into the astral plane just like the fridge did. That same creature was there.
I was looking over the old activity reports, and multiple items have been displaying much more destructive behavior in the past few weeks. There's some connection there, I bet, but that's a bit above my pay grade.
Well, something to keep an eye on.
And if I have any more runaways, I'll know just who to call.
I guess this is my life now.
All right, nice.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always. I better not get blamed for this mess in the next performance review. I have a cat to feed.
I think that's actually might be where we wrap it up for the evening. Because the next things we have to do is I'm going to go to Central Executive and check to see what we have access to, because I'm pretty sure there's one more area we need to go to, and that's going to be the final, like that. This projector is not going to be the end, but just in case I want to finish up with this, just to make sure I'm as strong as possible. I'm so annoyed that I pressed and held square. Ugh, I don't know why I do that, but whatever. Oh, I had a good time. Tired. I do want to play 7 Days to Die, but at the same time, I'm not going to force myself right now, and I'm feeling pretty sleepy. So, tomorrow we're going to start first thing in Control by doing the jukebox, or we could just play 7 Days to Die tomorrow. We don't have to play Control tomorrow. Then again, I'm probably going to play all day Wednesday. We'll see. I might want to go and play Chronicles of Valkyria Chronicles. Start working on that 100% achievement thing, but we'll see.
Fuck, if they're in there, we go around that way. No.
Best of luck.
I wanted to check what we have access to right now, just to be safe. We have access to executive, maintenance, research, and containment. Executive research, maintenance, containment. Oh. Maintenance and sector access corridor. Okay, so maybe this is the end.
We'll watch the place while you're gone.
Regardless, well, I'll have to do a little bit of a search and destroy type stuff with a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff to check out tomorrow. 14 tokens. Nice. We'll deal with that when the time comes to it, though. Let me just make sure this is finished saving right there. And now we'll go and quit to menu. That was fun. I had a blast and a half so far. This game is so interesting, and it has so much to explore. And like, this isn't even counting the fact that like this is all taking place in the oldest house, right? Like, this game could also take place to other outside forces. Like, I could definitely see altered world events occurring outside the house, and we maybe go out and deal with them. Very interesting that we could select the missions. I don't know what that does. Whatever. That was a blast and a half, but that is going to be it. That was annoying. That is going to be it from me for the time being. I'm going to be wrapping up for the evening, even though we only went for 4.5 hours. Well, not that we went for 4.5 hours. The stream's been live for 4.5 hours. The recording's almost 4.5. Anyways, that is going to be it from me. I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST EDT, which is what I do every weekday, Monday through Friday. If you're new and you haven't already, you know what to do. And for the time being, that is going to be it from me. So until next time, take care and have a good one. This is Keen Tombs, 456, signing out. Bye-bye.